Before humanity gazed upon the stars, before fear had a name, there was a world unlike anything we can possibly imagine. A dark, alien Earth spun through the cosmos, its primordial landscapes teeming with life, yet dominated by an entirely different kind of terror. This was an age where survival wasn't just a challenge, it was a daily, brutal gauntlet against the unknown, a constant whisper of danger in every shadow. Every ripple of water, every rustle of ancient foliage. For eons, this planet was a battleground, a crucible of evolution, forging predators and prey in an endless cycle of life and death. The air was thick with ancient calls, the ground trembled with unseen movements. Yet, in this vast, terrifying expanse of time, one group of creatures often takes all the credit for prehistoric horror: the dinosaurs. But what if the true monsters, the architects of ultimate dread, were not the ones you expect? For generations, our imaginations have been captivated by the titanic reign of dinosaurs. Tyrannosaurus rex, Velociraptor, Spinosaurus, their names echo with power, their images forever etched as the apex predators of a bygone era. We picture them as the ultimate expression of nature's ferocity, the undisputed kings and queens of prehistoric terror. Their supremacy unquestioned, their power absolute. But what if this widespread belief is nothing more than a carefully constructed myth? It's time to challenge that long-held conviction. Let the familiar silhouettes of these reptilian giants fade into the encroaching shadows. Because beneath the surface of popular perception, lurking in the forgotten chapters of Earth's history, lies a truth far more unsettling. A truth that reveals creatures so bizarre, so powerful, and so utterly terrifying, that they make even the mightiest dinosaurs seem like mere footnotes. In the saga of fear, our journey into true prehistoric terror begins in the silent, crushing depths of an ancient ocean, nearly 400 million years ago. Imagine a world where the very concept of a fish was synonymous with an unstoppable armored tank. This was the domain of Dunkleosteus, a creature of such formidable design that it redefined what it meant to be a predator in the primordial seas, patrolling the abyssal plains with an unyielding hunger. Measuring up to 30 feet long and weighing several tons, Dunkleosteus was less a fish and more a living weapon. Its head and thorax were encased in thick, bony plates, forming an impenetrable natural armor. But its true horror lay within its jaws. Instead of teeth, it possessed razor-sharp bony blades, perpetually self-sharpening, designed for one purpose: to crush, rip, and obliterate anything unfortunate enough to cross its path in the murky, terrifying deep. Picture the scene: a school of smaller, unsuspecting fish navigates the dim light filtering through the ancient waters. Suddenly, a colossal shadow detaches itself from the gloom. Dunkleosteus, a silent, armored spectre, accelerates with astonishing speed. The ambush is instantaneous, a blur of primordial power. In slow motion, its massive head lunges forward, a bone-crushing maw opening wide. Then, with an audible, chilling snap that reverberates through the water, those bladed jaws slam shut. The force is immense, an estimated 11,000 pounds per square inch, capable of cleaving any prey clean in half. It was a perfectly evolved killing machine. A nightmare that stalked the seas, proving that our oceans were deadly, blood-soaked hunting grounds long before sharks ever graced the evolutionary stage. Millions of years later, the ocean's surface ripples under a new kind of terror. The screen cuts to vast, open seas. Warm currents swirling with ancient life. Suddenly, a colossal form emerges from the blue abyss, a creature that makes even the largest modern whales seem like mere appetizers. This is Megalodon, the undisputed emperor of the Cenozoic oceans, a shark so immense, it defied all natural expectations. Megalodon, whose name literally means a giant tooth, was an apex predator unlike any other. Stretching up to 60 feet in length, it was an engine of destruction. A muscle-bound leviathan equipped with rows of serrated, hand-sized teeth. Its presence alone would have cast a chilling shadow over the marine ecosystem. A constant reminder that even the mightiest creatures of the deep were forever living on borrowed time. Imagine the chaos as this ocean titan locks onto its prey. A massive whale, perhaps twice the size of a modern humpback, swims placidly. The megalodon, a blur of streamlined power, explodes from below. The strike is violent, an earth-shattering impact. Its jaws, wide enough to swallow a car whole, clamp down with unimaginable force. An estimated 40,000 pounds per square inch, the strongest bite force of any animal known to science. Ribs shatter instantly. The colossal frame of the whale buckles under the immense pressure. Water erupts, crimson tendrils staining the vast blue. There is no escape, no fighting back. The ocean, once a sanctuary, becomes a tomb. Megalodon reigns supreme, a true, horrifying spectacle of nature's raw, unbridled power. Consuming everything in its path, owning the open seas as the ultimate predator. Now, leave the crushing depths and journey with us to a humid, sweltering prehistoric rainforest, where steam rises in thick plumes from a swampy, primordial landscape. This is the domain of a creature that redefined what it meant to be enormous, a silent, slithering giant hidden beneath the canopy. Titanobo, the largest snake to ever live, moved through this dense, suffocating environment, longer than a school bus, a living nightmare in the tropical heat. Discovered in the coal mines of Colombia, the fossilized remains of Titanobo astounded scientists. This serpentine monster could reach lengths of 42 feet and weigh over a ton. It was a creature of immense power, perfectly adapted to its hot, swampy habitat, an invisible force, lurking in the shallows. Its immense coils ready to unleash an unparalleled, suffocating embrace on any unfortunate creature that ventured too close to its hidden lair. Picture a scene of pure, primal dread, a large crocodilian, perhaps a distant ancestor of modern alligators, basking unaware on a muddy bank. Suddenly, the water erupts, not with teeth, but with a massive, scaled coil. Titanobo, a blur of immense muscle, has made its move. The powerful constrictor wraps itself around its victim, the initial shock giving way to a bone-numbing terror. The coils tighten, relentlessly, agonizingly. With every breath the victim takes, the grip intensifies, squeezing the life out, inch by agonizing inch. Bones crack with a sickening sound. The air forced from the creature's lungs. No venom was needed for Titanobo, its sheer, raw power was enough. It was a suffocating death. A slow, horrifying demise, proving that sometimes, the simplest methods are the most terrifying. Shift your focus now to an even older, more alien world. The Carboniferous period, roughly 300 million years ago. Here, the air itself feels claustrophobic, thick with humidity and the scent of ancient forests. The ground is a carpet of moss and ferns, through which a creature of unsettling design makes its slow, deliberate way. Arthropleura, a giant arthropod, larger than any insect or millipede seen since, crawls across the forest floor, each segmented movement a chilling spectacle. Imagine a millipede the length of a small car, perhaps 8 feet long, its armored segments rippling with untold legs. This gargantuan invertebrate was not just big, it was a testament to a time when life exploded in size. Its sheer scale would have been unnerving. A constant, low-level dread for anything else that shared its colossal forest home, a stark reminder of nature's bizarre, terrifying creative power. This Carboniferous forest was a surreal ecosystem, where dragonflies the size of birds soared through the oxygen-rich air, their wingspans reaching 2 feet. Scorpions the size of dogs stalked the undergrowth, and Arthropleura dominated the forest floor. The narrator explains how the atmospheric conditions, particularly the higher oxygen levels of the period, allowed invertebrates to grow to monstrous proportions, creating a truly alien world. It was a world where every rustle in the leaves could signify something truly immense, something utterly alien to our modern understanding of terrestrial life. These giant insects and arthropods were not just bigger, their sheer scale transformed them into creatures of nightmare, proof that the very air we breathe, when supercharged with oxygen, can become the catalyst for truly horrifying biological experiments. Now, turn your gaze upwards. A colossal shadow, hundreds of feet wide, suddenly sweeps across the prehistoric ground, momentarily plunging the landscape into an eerie twilight. This isn't a cloud, or even a flying dinosaur. This is Quetzalcoatlus, the undisputed king of the ancient skies, a pterosaur so immense that its wings stretched wider than a modern fighter jet, a living glider of unprecedented scale and power. With a wingspan that could reach 36 feet. Quetzalcoatlus was the largest known flying animal of all time. It launched itself into the sky with an astonishing burst of power, a truly awe-inspiring sight. But don't mistake its aerial prowess for a gentle nature. This wasn't a soaring scavenger. This was a predator, a hunter with a needle-sharp beak and a gaze that commanded the very heavens, a silent, terrifying sentinel in the Mesozoic sky. But the true horror of Quetzalcoatlus wasn't just its dominance of the air. This creature wasn't merely a flyer, it was a terrifyingly adept ground hunter. Imagine this colossal beast, weighing over 500 pounds. Landing with a thunderous thud, then stalking its prey on foot with long, powerful limbs. Its height, comparable to a giraffe, would allow it to survey vast distances, spotting unsuspecting victims from above. Its pointed, toothless beak, strong enough to puncture armored skin, would deliver a fatal blow. With astonishing speed and precision, the sky offered no safety from its aerial assaults, and the ground provided no escape from its relentless bipedal pursuit. Quetzalcoatlus was a dual threat, a silent hunter from the heavens and a relentless stalker on land, truly ensuring that no corner of its world was ever safe. Let's rewind the clock even further, back to Earth's earliest oceans, a time when complex life was just beginning to stir. Imagine an underwater landscape of strange, primordial forms, where the very concept of a predator was being invented. Then, from the inky depths, a creature appears, utterly alien, disturbingly beautiful, and terrifyingly efficient. This is Anomalocaris, a name meaning anomalous shrimp. But a nightmare far beyond any crustacean. Measuring up to 3 feet long, Anomalocaris was a marvel of early evolution, the largest creature of its time. Approximately 500 million years ago. Its segmented body, large compound eyes, and 2 formidable grasping appendages at the front of its head made it truly unique. It was a pioneer of predation, a living blueprint for the terror that would follow, the first true nightmare of a nascent complex ecosystem. Its large, stalked compound eyes, each with thousands of lenses, locked onto prey with unparalleled clarity, giving it a distinct advantage in the murky Cambrian waters. With its powerful, spiny appendages, it would seize victims, typically trilobites, and deliver them to a circular mouth on its underside, lined with a ring of sharp plates. It was a highly specialized killing machine, a biological marvel of its era. This was more than just a creature, it was a pivotal moment in the evolution of fear itself. Anomalocaris represents one of the first true apex predators in Earth's history, establishing a food chain that would dictate the course of life for eons. Its existence meant that for the first time, to be alive was to also be someone else's next meal, a concept that would forever shape the planet's trajectory of terror. Now, fast forward to a dry, harsh Permian landscape, roughly 260 million years ago, long before the first dinosaurs walked the Earth. The land is stark, unforgiving, and dominated by a different breed of monster. Here, a saber-toothed predator, built for speed and precision, dashes across the cracked Earth. This is Gorgonopsid, a creature often overshadowed, but truly terrifying in its own right, a mammalian ancestor with a killer instinct. Gorgonopsids were sleek, powerful synapsids, ranging in size from a dog to a bear. They were characterized by their formidable saber-like canine teeth, which protruded from their upper jaws, giving them a truly menacing appearance. They were warm-blooded, active hunters, perfectly adapted to their harsh environment. A dominant force in a world on the cusp of the greatest extinction event in Earth's history. These were the monsters that dominated the land before dinosaurs even dreamed of evolving. Gorgonopsids were not lumbering giants, they were fast, agile, and fiercely intelligent predators. Their powerful jaws, combined with those devastating sabers, were perfectly built to deliver crushing, piercing bites, targeting the necks and vital organs of their prey with ruthless efficiency. They roamed in packs, a coordinated force of nature, demonstrating a level of predatory sophistication that predates the well-known dinosaurian hunters. Gorgonopsids were the undisputed kings of the Permian, perfectly engineered to kill, to stalk, and to survive in a brutal world, proving that true terror had already mastered the land long before the age of reptiles began. Move to the calm, deceptive waters of a vast river system in the early Cretaceous period, around 110 million years ago. The surface is placid, mirroring the lush vegetation along its banks. But beneath this tranquil veneer, danger of an unimaginable scale lurks. A massive crocodilian, the likes of which have never been seen since, waits patiently beneath the surface. This is Sarcosuchus, a living leviathan, a true river monster. Measuring up to 40 feet long and weighing nearly 10 tons, Sarcosuchus was a scaled, muscle-bound behemoth, larger than any modern crocodile by a significant margin. Its elongated snout, filled with hundreds of interlocking teeth, was a specialized tool for snatching fish and smaller prey. But its sheer size and power meant it was capable of far more, a hidden menace in the murky river currents. A lone dinosaur, perhaps an iguanodon, approaches the river's edge, seeking a drink or foraging for plants. Unaware of the lurking danger, it dips its head. In an instant, the water explodes. Sarcosuchus erupts from the depths, a colossal, primal force of nature. Its powerful jaws clamp down on the unsuspecting victim. A violent, bone-jarring impact that leaves no room for escape. The dinosaur's desperate struggles are brief, futile against the overwhelming power of the giant crocodilian. Sarcosuchus drags its victim underwater with astonishing speed, pulling it into the crushing depths of the river, where resistance is impossible. It was a quick, brutal end, a testament to the fact that even dinosaurs were not safe from the terrifying predators that stalked Earth's ancient waterways. Our final monstrous revelation brings us to the late Cretaceous period, a time when dinosaurs were at their peak, yet still shared their world with something far more terrifying in the water. Fossil evidence, etched into dinosaur bones themselves, tells a chilling story. Skulls and limbs bear unmistakable marks, deep gouges, shattered fragments, clear evidence of a predator with incredible jaw power. These marks were left by Dinosuchus, terror crocodile, a creature that lived alongside and preyed upon dinosaurs in North America. Imagine a crocodilian reaching lengths of 35 feet, with a head the size of a modern car, and teeth built for crushing, not just piercing. Its jaw strength was legendary, an estimated 23,000 pounds per square inch, capable of pulverizing bone with terrifying ease. Dinosuchus was an ambush predator of colossal proportions, lurking in the brackish waters of ancient coastlines and rivers. It hunted by surprise, exploding from the water to seize unsuspecting dinosaurs. The fossil record doesn't just hint at its diet, it screams it. This was a creature that regularly targeted and devoured dinosaurs, shattering their bones with a bite force unrivaled by nearly any other predator. An aquatic nightmare for terrestrial giants. So, there you have it. 10 prehistoric creatures, each more terrifying than the last, proving that our conventional understanding of ancient fear has been incomplete. From the armored jaws of Dunkleosteus to the crushing embrace of Titanobo, the alien eyes of Anomalocaris to the bone-shattering bite of Dinosuchus, these were the true architects of terror. They swam in the deepest oceans, soared in the highest skies, and stalked the ancient lands, each a master of their domain. Each a testament to nature's boundless creativity in crafting instruments of death. Their stories are a chilling reminder that the Earth's history is far richer, and far more frightening, than we ever dared to imagine. The myth of dinosaur supremacy, while compelling, pales in comparison to the diverse horrors that roamed before, during, and even after their reign. These creatures weren't merely large, they embodied a primal dread. A testament to pure, unadulterated predatory power that defined their respective eras, shaping ecosystems with their mere presence. They remind us that fear isn't just about size, it's about efficiency, adaptation, and the sheer, unyielding will to dominate. These 10 monsters, from the deep past, stand as monuments to a time when survival was a daily gamble against forces far beyond our comprehension. Creatures that truly pushed the boundaries of natural terror. In the end, the dinosaurs were never the peak of fear, merely a chapter in a much larger, more terrifying book. They lived in a world already shaped by monsters, a planet where survival meant constant vigilance against threats that defy imagination. The true face of prehistoric terror isn't a single beast, it's a gallery of nightmares, each more chilling than the last. So, the next time you picture a world ruled by ancient beasts, remember these 10. Remember the creatures that weren't just big, but truly terrifying. Because long before fear had a name, these were the monsters that wrote the rules of survival, ensuring that on prehistoric Earth, the ultimate nightmare was always just around the corner.